A fancier on a silent night.
No.
All right, let's get a brief from our mission maker.
Hello, everybody. My name is Mountain. This is a mission you might have played in EU Round 3 a few months back, but I've modified it to give you some more fun stuff. So it's PLA versus UK. UK has FN mini-me's instead of just standard 240 Golfs, and PLA just has standard OPFOR loadout. You have a lot of assets to play with. Good luck. Have fun.
Questions from our company leaders.
OPFOR's good.
BLUFOR is good.
Alrighty, this is the last round of FNF. I thank you all for coming this evening. It's been a lot of fun rounds. Let's get it cracking. Round 3 starts right now.
All right, jump up to casting. I'm gonna keep tutorial going.
All right, third and final round of the night. I'm excited.
Yep, so Silent Night was done a few months ago. Actually, no, about 2 months ago, I want to say. Round 2 of EU does ring a bell, but he has modified it. Now there is going to be more of a focus on air power here. But I do remember this op having a few desync issues, and it was never fully finished because the server crashed out completely. But BLUFOR was able to get sectors... Actually, they're not named. They were able to get the northernmost one, they got the center one, and I think it crashed in Hupaka, but I might be confusing it with a different AO as well, because I think Hupaka has been used quite a few times. So, he hasn't changed up where the caches are, though. They're still in the exact same location, so if people remember... then it might be a little bit of an issue. I do like how he's added a few things, though. For example, the central cache, he added, I forget what this specifically is called, but it's a vanilla building. It has a window outlooking, so it gives a little bit of cover to the top part of that cache area. And then you also have the village here with this one cache in this building back here. So, last time, OPFOR did... a all eggs in one basket strategy. They just held the town of Hipaka, and they had a minor garrison in the central cache that pulled back. But what ended up happening was BLUFOR stole one of OPFOR's attack Vics and just started messing around with BLUFOR in that regard. They were forced to blow up their own, and BLUFOR would have won it. But I'm pretty sure I'm confusing it with another one that was done this AO. I just can't remember entirely. We also have a nice We have a nice flag next to the Russian flag at OPFOR spawn. That's a nice touch.
And adjacent to that, on the BLUFOR spawn, we have a nice UK, American, German, and POW flag set up by the BLUFOR spawn. So that's a nice little touch.
Hello, these guys are Chinese, but there's a Russian flag. I'm actually confused now.
I mean, Russia did join CSAT in the Arma lore, and that's what sparked the alt.
Then where are my 35 Kabatas?
Kabatas?
Oh my gosh, wait, no, UK has they've got the snow skis.
Pardon my French, but fucking excuse me?
Look at BLUFOR.
I'm not seeing any... Oh, I see them now.
They got snow skis.
Wait.
You can't use them, but they have snow skis.
Yeah, because I was about to say, I remember the first time you brought me and some other people over to BIA, and they had...
Yeah, it was that op with those on the backpack. Don't remind me, that op was cancer.
Yeah, it was literally Modern Warfare 2, and it ended in a nuke that really wasn't justified. But yeah, they had skis over there. These are BAF, aren't they?
Yep.
So that's pretty neat.
You can't use the skis, so
wish they could have
big
used
sad.
Wish they were, properly coded and whatnot. But apart from that, yeah, the AH-64 rescripted seems to be in good order. And yeah, I'm very curious to see what the deal is with the MI-24, if it's the same deal. I'd assume so, but you never know. Now Sparky's in my chat correcting me on the official Arma lore. Yeah, I'd be glad he's not schooling you on what is and isn't correct.
Oh, he does. A lot of people do. That's because I am horrible at this game, but You know, I have plenty of people that tell me what for. Anyway,
Can I get a clip of that saying Liru saying that he's terrible at this game, please?
Anyway, we've got UK with their standard 5.56, 249 Bravo. Actually, no, M249s. I think the 240 Bravos instead of the GPMG, general purpose machine gun. You got the two 11117s, two armed Humvees, which are 50 cal, and they have a little bit of extra armor on the top to help prevent the gunners from getting shot. We have the Apache, which is being taken by Nightshade and Mountain. And just a bunch of transport Humvees, but these are the 8-person transport groups, so they can fit a lot of people. Regardless with that, again, BLUFOR, last time this AO was run, they started, did an all eggs in one basket approach, took the northern group, then the middle group, then the southern group. Actually, I do think I am confusing this with another op, but the one that they did play, they were successful in blowing up the cache in time. So, defenders lost that one.
I know what you mean.
And then OPFOR, we've got the Mi-24, no fancy scripts, but it doesn't have any rocket pods, but it does have the 7.62 coax. And trying to see if there's anything else. They do have 2 static cords, and the BRDMs are already driving down south. So we might actually see the BRDMs try to intercept BLUFOR convoys here. There is a lot of room here for OPFOR to intercept BLUFOR transport convoys. But sending both at a same angle might not be the best idea, but I can understand why it's done as well. Because if you're Ron and BLUFOR deploys the other way, then it's a wasted opportunity. But at least if you keep them together, if one gets screwed, the other can still support it. But at that point, if it gets screwed, then it's not really worth sticking around at that point. So I think just by having 2 on one angle, they can hopefully get more kills. Again, both of these have 14.5 millimeter 50 round main guns, and then you see that little barrel next to it. It's a 250 round 7.62. So 14.5, really good for spraying into vehicles. It will tear apart those 11117s. It'll also tear apart the Apache if it gets low enough. But the 7.62 would definitely be useful for spraying, into the canopy backs of some of these Humvees, where you can have, 6 or 8 guys sitting. So we'll have to see how BLUFOR does their strategy. Are they going to stick with what happened last time and make it work? Or are they going to try something different? And are OPFOR going to do another unified defense on the southernmost objective, or are they going to separate out a bit more? I do see a truck going up to the northern group, but it is only driven by a single guy. And yeah, go ahead.
So, the fact that this is search and destroy, the caches need to be physically destroyed, as opposed to, say, sector control, where the attacking team needs to only step foot into the AO without any opposition, means that there's a lot more potential for cheeky defensive plays. Like you said, we were saying the truck come up. It only has Catch in it. So Catch, if he gets on the truck, we'll see if he's a combat engineer or not. And if he is, it doesn't seem like he is. He's actually a marksman. So this is an interesting play. But the fact that the attacking BLUFOR team have to destroy
a few weeks ago,
like I said, gives a lot more flexibility for
it was BLUFOR defending. They slaughtered a full squad.
And react to the attacks in this op. And that doesn't necessarily mean explosive traps or anything of the sort, but like baiting them into an objective and then kind of picking them apart, or expecting them to attack this objective versus that objective, and setting up an ambush to counter that. There's a lot of things that could happen. I'm like you said, I am very excited to see what these BRDMs do. There was a mission, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, where an armored vehicle like these BRDMs was able to kill an entire squad because it caught the attacking truck full of like 13 individuals off guard and just sprayed them down with a heavy machine gun. So if they're able to do that, that's a great advantage for Red 4 that very easily could turn the tide of the battle before it even starts. But that's yet to be seen. I'm still very anxious to see how these helicopters play against each other, I will admit.
History appears to be repeating, by the way. OPFOR is going to invest everything in the southernmost area, so I'd be willing to bet BLUFOR might do a northern push again. But we'll just have to see. I think what the BLUFOR Apache needs to focus on is first reconning the route, and then trying to find the 24 and take it out. That way the 24 doesn't spot the convoy or try to do any harassment.
And that'd be pretty good. I mean, I'm assuming that both of them have been rescripted so that their cannons are 7.62 by 51 NATO.
Yep.
Those M134 miniguns. So limited effectiveness against each other, but still a lot of effectiveness against ground forces. Otherwise, lots of Humvees, a couple
I don't know why
up-armored
Cash is
ones
up here.
one's got an M2, actually 2 with the M2s, and the rest, I believe, are transports. As usual, the 117s have been rescripted, so they have a 50 cal and a 7.62 as opposed to a GMG and a 50 cal. But apart from that, it's pretty well balanced, I really do think. It just comes down to, like you love to say, PvP and tactics, which is really what it should boil down to. Using your assets properly and using your men properly.
Let's see, BLUFOR, otherwise they are mostly mounting up in their Humvees here, getting my camera over. They are separating. We do see one crew next to one of the M2s. I'll be curious to see how they divide that all up. But they should have more than enough to take everyone in these vehicles. We already have 4 Humvees that have driven down, separated by what I believe to be Fire Team, and then Mannerheim is a platoon 2 HQ with his guys in there. So basically every fire team or squad element getting their own transport Vic, which is nice. That lets them separate things out, not overpack any single vehicle to risk it getting intercepted by OPFOR and taken out early.
As you fear to do, and rightfully so. 3 minutes left to go.
I just want to see the 24 and the Apache duke it out, in all honesty.
Oh, of course. The duos going up to each other. It is worth mentioning as well that the rockets that the Apache has are illumination rockets. I don't know if the Hind has anything similar. I don't think so. It doesn't make too much of a difference.
Oh yeah, Shack Tac I guess continued a while ago. If you want something up to date, do DUI radar.
You would have to hit someone like an infantryman directly with a rocket to do any sort of damage. Otherwise, they do pretty much the same shrapnel and explosive damage as a fragmentation grenade.
I'll be curious if they actually use, like in an emergency situation, if the Apache tries to do a rocket run on the 24, if that'll even do anything.
Yeah, because the Hind is fairly well armored. It would have to dunk a lot of rounds. Maybe it would get lucky in killing a rotor, but apart from that, I don't think it would be super effective without landing about like a dozen
28
hits.
rockets.
So, the potential is there, and that's all that matters for some individuals. Mountain and, who's the other one in there? Mountain and Nightshade working together, like we mentioned before. FNF veterans know that what they're doing both in Arma and in FNF. Lots of potential. Expectations are high, but the reality will probably be disappointing in the end. Only time will tell.
Helicopter spooling up for the last minute here. They're getting ready to go. And the Mi-24 is still chilling in the back. We'll have to see what happens. And they're spooling down.
Powerful. Yeah, as far as the northern and central objectives being abandoned, I don't entirely blame them. I feel like human intervention and expedience could really do a lot of work on the central objective. Northern objective is pretty sparse, not a ton you can do there considering the environment between the buildings and the terrain. The southern objective has obviously seen the works as far as upgrading and entrenchment, and they've actually done a decent job at preparing for flanking attacks and a rear attack. So excited to see what happens as the mission is starting now.
There goes the Apache. 24 spewing up as well. We'll have to see how that goes. Meanwhile, BLUFOR went down a little bit, and they are now going in towards the west. I'll be curious to see what route they decide to take from there, and if there's any separations here. The 117s have broken off and are holding for the moment. That's a little risky. You probably want one 117 to at least lead the convoy, unless they have an armed Humvee in front, which they do. All right. So they might use those 117s for recon instead and have the convoy defended by the Humvees, because you never want to leave anything undefended. Otherwise, it could be intercepted, whether it be a ground convoy or even an air convoy. Last week, we had an Mi-24 pick off a unarmed Little Bird when BLUFOR had an armed Little Bird to escort it, but they chose not to, and the 24 had easy pickings there. But towards the side of the objective, we do have the BRDMs also coming up, and the Mi-24 coming around the southern side as well. Meanwhile, BLUFOR helicopters on the northernmost corner outside the map, I think overwatching the route. History's just going to repeat on this AO. BLUFOR is going to go for the northern objective, and then the middle one, then the southern one. OPFOR has gone all eggs in one basket here. And there's nothing really to it. They've got PV2 catch back here on the northern objective to scout it out, but does he have a long range? He does not. He's a marksman. So does he even have the radio range? He might. It's going to be a little faint, but he is just on the border of 2 kilometers for a FADEC. It's messy. But now we got the Mi-24 coming in.
Range or actual range, because effective range...
Max range 2 clicks, effective range 1.5 clicks, so I'm not sure if they'll even hear him.
Yeah, that's a good point, then.
You got the Mi-24 high. A snowstorm has started. And that's going to make spotting that ground convoy a little bit harder. And the Apache still on station in the back corner.
Yeah, and like you said, history repeating itself. Attacking team in this general AO. Sticking to the northernmost ASR slash... Actually, no, that is definitely an MSR. So sticking to the northernmost route of approach. And yeah, it looks like they are definitely going to be attacking north to the south. But they do have that BTR manned by a Severe kind of on that general vector. If they turn left this next intersection, they could find themselves a very good treat, and they actually stop. Ooh.
So now we have the Apache going to where the Mi-24 was. Does the Apache have longbow radar? I actually didn't check. They do not. All right, so they don't have any way to track that Mi-24.
Yeah.
But Mi-24 is pulled back. I think it's just holding defensive. That or it... I mean, we still have Wreck AFK back here as part of Charlie 2. Well, there's no vehicles left back here, so if BLUFOR gets wiped, we're just probably going to have an admin call it. And honestly, I don't mean to make this sound rude or anything, but this is going to be a pretty boring round until the end. Because of... It's just history repeating here.
Well, that and the fact that, you know, we're seeing Red 4 do that all eggs in one basket. The Southern Town of Upaka, who they have essentially all their forces down there, for better or for worse, you know, and it's gonna be a while. And especially now that BLUFOR, oh, sorry, I thought they were dismounting, but they are not. So I'll retract my statement. And as I say that now, they're starting to dismount.
So we might have a BRDM coming up this MSR. If it decides to take a left on this SSR, it could get into a striking position, but nope. It's going to stay going north on that MSR, and maybe it'll come back around, but it's going to take a few minutes. So we'll see. Mi-24, meanwhile, it's circling around on the south, and the Apache has... They decided to get out and refuel it, question mark? Yeah, it's out of range. You're gonna have to move it closer. Okay.
I would ask you to explain this to me, but I don't think you can.
Explain what to you?
This, the Apache. I don't think
what?
Anyone can explain this to me.
Have you ever had to refuel an Apache, man? That thing's a gas guzzler.
Not from a gas station, and not, you know, 10 minutes.
It's American, of course. Well, actually, no, you're right. We're not fighting in America, so they can't just park at a Shell and refuel that puppy. They're still trying to inch it closer.
They're still too
oh my god.
And yeah, now Mountain is very much concerned about killing the main rotor with the gas station.
No, they can do it.
I wish I had your optimism. I'm just checking.
Alright, he's gonna do it. Mountain's gonna fly it close. Nightshade's gonna walk him in and tell him it's okay. Meanwhile, Mi-24 might make a run on BLUFOR forces here. Alright, that's close enough. They'll be able to refuel it on the gun pod.
I mean, it really doesn't hit it doesn't reach the fuel tank, but it
No. See, they got it. The fuel tank's right there. See, it's refueling. Easy. Everyone knows the fuel tanks on the Apaches are on the wings. Duh, where else would they be? Otherwise, Mi-24 making passes over the BLUFOR assault wave here. Not sure if the Mi-24 spotted anything. I'm going to go into the third person of the gunner. They might have, though, but it is hard to tell. Oh, God, from up there, you can't see shit. There we go.
Liru, the Apache's being rolled up on by the fucking BRDM.
Are you fucking kidding me? Are you actually...
And off they go on their patrol. And they're gone, like they were never there.
Are you kidding?
I wish I was. I wish I was. They literally just rolled past. They could have, with that 14.5, pierced the...
You gotta give them credit that they...
Killed the pilot.
I guess they powered down the engine at the right time and didn't hear it over their own engine and their tunnel vision because of the driver. Now they clearly hear the Apache.
Had a commander.
Then they just, yeah, you're right. They had 3 people in there. That's no excuse. You gotta always have one guy looking left, the commander looking right. Like gun left, command right.
It's not rocket science. You're piloting a fucking piece of metal. And now they're hiding down in a ditch because I guess they're now scared of the Apache for some reason.
I give up.
I'm pretty sure it literally can't kill them, but go off, King. I'd say I'm surprised, but at this point... Meanwhile, towards the actual objectives, the majority of BLUFOR has dismounted and are approaching on foot to the town of Saint-Pie, and gonna be getting this first cache relatively uncontested. Cache is still over there waiting, potentially with a an explosive charge. I'm trying to find it.
There is no explosive charge because Catch is not a demo guy, he's a marksman. Now you got Ryan moving up to the second sector. No, he's not, he's just static there. I think he's just chilling. He's the other marksman. OPFOR just has marksman. I don't get it. I don't get it.
I don't either, and I stopped trying to get it a long time ago. I'm just vibing out to my music right now. What music you got playing? You said you switched up to
Homeworld tutorial. Just something chill, relaxing. Great to see BRDMs murder Apaches with, if they could fucking see.
Yeah, isn't it?
Ooh, wait. We might have the Apache and Mi-24 run into each other.
Like, literally or metaphorically? Yes,
literally.
Metaphorically. Well,
they're flying. Apache's flying right under the 24.
And because the other one has radar, they don't see each other.
Wow. No, you might be right. All right, well, Apache's going to do a low pass. Got to remember, there are Iglas on both, Stainers on both sides, which are the better AA, in my opinion, compared to the Igla. But Apache making a close pass, but it's not actually that close. You can't hear it from the AO itself. Now we're just going to wait. BLUFOR is going to start encroaching on the first cache. We got Catch right here, who I guess will be able to at least watch it happen, but he doesn't have a radio to do anything about it. What's he looking at from this angle? And he's got a decent sightline from under that tree. He is pretty well hidden with that white camo. I also like how we have some proper white camos now for both PLA and British, because last time there wasn't really any good white camo, and the Russians stuck out like a sore thumb. Yeah, the US guys were pretty well hidden in that regard. 24 now coming around, making another pass on BLUFOR's position. I, again, don't know. We do have the pilot looking left and looking right here. I'm switching between both of their views, but I don't think they see anything because this snowstorm sucks. Pilot now looking right out at the BLUFOR advance here, but it's really hard to tell what's down there. I honestly can't tell if anything's moving down there, but some pilots might be a bit better. He keeps trying to adjust to get better angles.
Yeah, Nightshade is he is looking right at it, so he might be able to zoom in. You go to first person, it might not completely accurately reflect the actual viewpoint of that gunner. So he could be spotting that out for friendly forces, saying, hey, a lot of them are over here. Not a ton of them are going to be in those other two objectives. And with the majority of BLUFOR forces inserting themselves into that northern cache site, could be well-heeded advice.
I mean, OPFOR's going to know that cache is hit in a moment. We also have the Apache parking on the southern side. I'm going to get on the viewport of the Apache gunner.
Yeah, like I was saying, it's probably seeing all this movement, all these fortifications.
Woo! I watched that on Nightshade's POV.
So did I.
Oh!
So did I. So did I.
He's trying. The engine's down.
The engine's out. It's a done.
Oh!
Second missile comes in.
Not stealthy enough. Drake now bandaging himself, dropping the Igla. He has done his job. He no longer needs that thing. Well, if it's not BRDMs, it is Stingers. Excuse me, I said Igla. But either way, all right. Apache down without doing anything really sufficient except parking by a gas station. That's what you get for going on the cheap option, except for the premium. But guess we'll never know. Still would have been cooler, in my opinion, if the BRDM killed it, but now we're going to have BLUFOR take this cash, and it's going to be some more waiting. Maybe the 24 will do something. Who knows? Oh, my God.
Open up with that very distinct MI-24 Gatling gun on the nose. So, again, really wondering if that's been re-scripted or not. Well, I legitimately don't know. Otherwise, yeah, I'm sure the Apache got the word out in time. If it was relayed up to them, or up to the rest of the forces, then they should know they're without air cover and without much assistance. But we do have now both BRDMs pushing around the rear end of BLUFOR's approach. They're coming down this MSR. They'll be within contact in 2 minutes, I think. Less than.
Ketch has eyes on BLUFOR. I don't know if he has radio range with his radio. I guess we're going to find out. But either way, everyone's going to get prompted when that cache explodes. Actually, no, they won't be prompted, but they'll, like, notice it's not there on the map anymore.
They should get prompted. I'm pretty sure they'll get prompted. And if they don't, then Ketch will call it up.
But he might be out of radio range, but at least, you know, someone will be paying attention to the map to say something.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. And sorry, real quick to answer, what's that? The missile knows where it is at all times.
Oh, shut up.
Where it isn't.
All right, you have been timed out for 300 seconds. You cannot say anything for 5 minutes. Thank you. All right, finally some peace and quiet. Anyway, BLUFOR is just going to start sending half of their force to the central cache. Ryan is overlooking that one, the other marksman. I doubt Ketch will try to make any shots. Maybe he will, and then try to get away real quick. And Barb just poked me saying he's going to drink now, and I should go F myself. Naturally. Anyway, 24 also flying over. Not sure if it's going to notice that Platoon 2 HQ car, because again, the vision here is really, really bad from the air, so doing any sort of air recon up high is not that viable. But you can understand air not wanting to go super low, because if you do, then you get the same fate as the Apache did. Otherwise, we do have BLUFOR with a 1117 going around the southwestern border here to try to see if that flank is okay. BLUFOR crossing really close from OPFOR's marksman right there, but I doubt that marksman is going to make a call to make a shot. We will see if he does, because his character will flash white. And we saw those BRDMs in the back. I think he might be in radio range with those BRDMs to tell them, hey, there's something here. And we did just have the 1117 fire. It is firing down to the south. I guess firing into the tree line here. I think it thinks it sees something over here and is just trying to pick something off. Meanwhile, you have the 24 flying over. You got Pop-Tart from Fluto turning around and looking up. But I don't know where that Charlie 2 gunner is. Let's have a look on the roster real quick. Right. Rek was at base. He got killed. And then Vonk is the actual... No, I don't think we have a Stinger gunner for the ground team, so they're going to have to rely on the 1117s and the 50 cals to snipe out critical systems or the pilots of the Mi-24 in order to take it out. But otherwise, we have this battle line going down. That cache has not been deaded yet. I think BLUFOR has... Who's the demo specialist that's staying back? They're probably going to demo it later just to not give away their position here to keep OPFOR guessing. Yeah, so they got the demo right next to it, but they're waiting till they get closer to the next objective to see if they can jump it. But we do have the 2 BRDMs coming in from the east now. They're going to pull in, potentially hitting Pop-Tart and Granny in the rear here. You can hear that Mi-24 circling again. You can now hear it firing on something in this AO, and the BRDMs are starting to push in. Ooh, Severe's BRDM might see Pluto and Granny running. No, they do not. What about the other one? Come on, if you have two vehicles, you gotta have one gun facing left and one gun facing right. These are two really easy kills right here. Both of them have a commander too. God, they're blind today. This is really obvious. And instead the BRDMs are focusing on trying to shoot vehicles on the rear. I don't think Pop-Tart or Granny here have any AT. But that's, you gotta focus on that close security, excuse me. So Ghoster we have back here, doesn't have any AT as well, he does have an LR. We could see BLUFOR try to call for some AT. Oh, we have the Stinger guy. Okay, so Sideways took the Stinger. Okay, so we got morphed into Charlie 1. But we don't have any laws around. Hold up, we got one right here. We also have a 1117 moving back. Alec, I think, is looking. These two BRDMs coming around. They're firing over at Snow, who went prone. Do we have any AT ready? No, we do not. Those BRDMs are going to get away for free. Firing up at that group there. We still have no BLUFOR KIAs, though, except for the chopper crew and Rek, who was just back at base. Stainer fired and got a hit on the 24. Tail rotor appears to be hit. And I guess the engine is too, because they're going down. Ah, man, I was about to say, please tell me that didn't just audio glitch me. I don't want to hear that for the rest of the stream.
Yeah, that'd be about as annoying as your voice, but hey, it's down.
User Lcpl Liru timed out Barbarian for 5 minutes. Reason, insult. JK, you can speak.
I'm glad you're allowing me to speak on my own stream. But yeah, with both hinds down, that's a complete, you mentioned that there's going to be more on air power this time, and both of them have been taken out more so than any other.
Yeah, it's okay. I can be disappointed just like my dad. Anyway, 1117 has taken out a random Gaz.
Daddy doesn't make you my dad.
See, I wasn't making it weird. I was just making a self-wounding joke, and then you made it weird. Yeah, I don't know why you did that. Please stop. Please stop drinking, too. It's not good for your health. Anyway, they blew up a Gaz at OPFOR's spawn. It was just part of the original spawn roster. They were thinking maybe it had a bit more. I also know this community, they don't like any types of, you know, guys hidden in trucks to shoot them. They'll just quickly suppress those damn things. But BLUFOR now setting up to do a unified attack on the central cache. Both BRDMs are along the MSR here, trying to set up a counteroffensive. We actually have one of them in a barn, and the other one might be on the outside, but it is starting to engage up to, I believe it's trying to hit a 1117, and it is now backing away.
Yeah, we know 1117 is backing up. Did AT strike that completely stationary and unmanned gas truck that was fired?
No, it was 1117 mag dumping it with 50 cal till it exploded.
Okay.
All right, Northern Cache has been deaded because BLUFOR were found out by the the BRDMs. We now have one of the 1117s firing 50 cal up into Mito's BRDM. Severe trying to now fire at the other BRDM from the barn. Jeez, the 1117 with his BRDM from the barn.
You sure you haven't been drinking?
Getting him flip-flopped. No, I am just tired.
Understandable.
And we also have Platoon 2 HQ of Lolo and Galil sneaking around. They could, I believe they're another marksman team, because usually Galil takes the marksman rifle, and that is the case there.
I gotta say, I love this kind of blocking force that the two BRDMs the two BRDMs have going with each other. Just kind of holding this MSR defending it against anything coming this way towards the final objective that they're defending.
Otherwise, BLUFOR, they're going to get a team right into the ammo cache. They're first clearing out a bunker, just making sure it is completely clear. I don't see any explosive traps on the cache itself either. And then BLUFOR
is himself a combat engineer, so
he'll just be able to detect that immediately. We also have a pincer maneuver going on right here. We have BLUFOR with Alpha and Charlie on the western flank. They're going to proceed to push to the final objective, as the easternmost flank only sent one group in to dead it, but Delta is going to continue on as a forward force. Meanwhile, the 117s are still contending with those BRDMs. Patriot is dead in that 117, excuse me. And that gives the BRDMs a little bit of an advantage here. Again, that 14.5 is really nasty to deal with, and I think they're now going to try to knock out Wuna here, who has no choice but to return fire. He could get in the driver's seat and go, but I think he just wants to duke it out instead. A lot of fire coming in. That BRDM is actually trying to maneuver into cover to allow the other BRDM to engage. And it is also going to remaneuver.
And goes down from the satchel charge. Ooh, Mito's BRDM, both front wheels being taken out. 3 wheels actually on it being taken out. I'll call that a mobility kill. It's still effective, but it's not going to be able to move at all.
Yeah, even with severe spare wheel, that's a bit of a loss there for that BRDM. They're just trying to basically prevent the 117s from moving up, but this is letting the infantry push up, and I wouldn't be surprised if I saw Echo lend an AT guy or two to that flank to take out those BRDMs up close. We also have Ryan, who was watching this position. He might have seen Rhino and freaked out. And then Catch is going to start working his way into the AO as well. And we also have Vagrant here. Oh my gosh, he's a Velociraptor! He's prone bugged for me. Get him. I love it when they're like this. Because for everyone else, they're prone, but he could be standing up, and he can do a lot of jukes. I want to see him murder a lot of people. Come on. Otherwise, BLUFOR, we have what appears to be a 2-to-1 ratio on the pincer maneuver. Probably a northern and western side attacks here. That western flank, though, is going to have a big kill zone in the middle that they're going to have to contend with, but there is a little bit of a dip that they can use for cover in between. And Vagrant is hot on the tail of this BLUFOR group. He hears the Humvee, that's why. Here he goes. Oh. He pauses for a second, checks left, makes sure he is not being flanked, but he is still good. He's only got an AK-74U, but he can still do a lot of damage. He can hit sideways in the back, steal one of their guns. Sideways, he is the senior guy, so it's not going to be too effective. But BRDMs-wise, you got Mito pushing up with that BRDM to potentially try to engage those 117s again. Oh, Vagrant's gonna get right behind sideways. He knows it. Oh no. In the distance, you hear those Vics firing at each other. That would be the BRDM opening up on the 117. He's gonna try to set up a firing spot. Knocks out sideways, and then he ducks away. The Velociraptor, always hunting, as Vonk has no idea how to react to it. He goes guns up, he looks left, he looks right. He backtracks. Where is Sideways? He does not know. Sideways, he calls out, but there is no answer. Because Sideways was taken out by a Velociraptor.
Are you okay?
Now Sideways, he's looking back at those gunshots, he's wondering what just happened, what's going on? And Vagrant, he's over here, checking his gear, drops his backpack so he's even more stealthy. And he's sneaking
What's up,
in.
your backpack.
Shut your mouth.
Makes a lot of noise.
And now Vonk is moving in. He knows maybe there's more. Maybe he'll double check sideways his body and steal his gun. But Vonk has no choice but to move on, not knowing what happened to his buddy sideways. But he cannot care for now, as the Velociraptor rests, trying to look at its prey to make sure it's dead. What he'll do with it, I do not know. Maybe he'll take its gun and confuse weapon PID as he gets behind more BLUFOR dudes. Or maybe he will continue the hunt. But what I do know is he is running out of time, as Bravo 1 has AT'd the remaining BRDM. The other BRDM is still in the barn, though, with the downed wheel. And that's what I was worried about. AT would come around and hit these BRDMs. Mito desperately trying to get in, taking a lot of fire. He's able to make it. But looking up, we do have 2 guys down, actually. Ryan, I think, engaged these guys. That or it was the Vix, but we do have a 1117 smoking up to the north. Actually, it might be both the 1117s down, because I don't know where the other one went. Interesting enough. And we got Granny now looking around for Ryan. I think he might have spotted him. And we got one of the BRDMs pushing out without a wheel, trying to blindly suppress into the forest, not knowing where the attack is going. Otherwise, Vagrant here, still sneaking around as a Velociraptor. But he is not going to find any more prey as the trail goes cold, because BLUFOR is pretty much starting their final attack on the AO here. So unfortunately, I doubt the Velociraptor will be much help anymore. But BLUFOR has started their eastern attack here, and they are going to push in. I believe Barb is dead, by the way. No way to tell, but we have Alpha and Charlie still maneuvering on the western flank. But the larger group is going to start pushing in, but OPFOR has a pretty good defensive line. Barb, are you actually dead? Barb?
No, I'm not. I was playing dead from my chat because I kept watching myself in the monitor and just playing possum. But
okay.
Yeah, you were scaly. I didn't know you were so interested in Velociraptors like this.
No, I have as a joke, whenever someone's prone bug like that, I call him a Velociraptor because I've been talking about the Great Emu War op we're going to do in a month or less.
What the fuck did those two things have to do with each other?
I don't have emus, but I have Velociraptors, and Velociraptors will tear your throat out and make a good Arma op, just like emus did in the Aussie War.
What fucking mod?
Look up the Emu War!
I am well familiar with the Emu War.
God, BLUFOR's getting fucked on the northern flank there. Daniel's down, Lazy's down. I see some additional bodies. Really good defensive work on OPFOR as we have the combat start to kick up. But now BLUFOR is turning on their western approach, now heading northeast to close the pincer. No vehicle support for OPFOR. It's just going to be pure infantry, but BLUFOR still have their armed Humvees, and they are intending on using them.
I'll be honest, I haven't been following the pattern of this battle in 15 minutes. Ever since the helicopters went down,
wow.
Kind of lost all
BLUFOR is going for a full-on encirclement. That's really risky because they're stretching themselves thin. Already the northern group has been mostly taken out. It's up to the northeastern group to continue the attack as the remaining groups continue to set up. But if they get caught outside the actual town perimeter by OPFOR and just picked off, OPFOR could still win this round. And we're actually going to see the 15-minute mark get called in...
2.5 minutes?
Yeah.
Or no, is it 50 or is it 55? I always fucking forget.
105 is the end time,
yeah,
so.
2 minutes, in 2 minutes,
Ooh.
There's currently about 17 minutes left.
Other BRDM that was pulling away got sniped by 50 cal from the surviving 1117, excuse me. Looks like they were able to get both 1117s back in working order, actually. And they are using those to pretty much pick off the BRDM. Engine is dead. Now you got people just basically trying to bail out and return to the town perimeter. But having those 1117s now come into the town and attack from the north will further stretch OPFOR's perimeter here. But OPFOR does have a good perimeter around this cache. They just have to hold out and keep BLUFOR from advancing. And they just have to last for another 16 minutes, 15 seconds.
Yeah, Severe's BRDM has gone down. 117 laying into us some more 50 cal fire. Was the other one taken out, or I think it was, because I'm not seeing it on map. That's a pretty big deal for the defending OPFOR side. Meanwhile, on the eastern side, Zine is all alone. Some Lazy Rug is down just a few, just a couple dozen meters away, but he needs to get over to them, and he is under some pretty intense fire as the rest of this southern to southeastern.
He might do something,
tries to push,
but if he runs through that open field, he's gonna get gunned down. We got Catch, the other marksman, coming up. All right. Overall, I mean, the eastern attack wave is now down to 3 people. The northern still down to 1. Zine staying on the outskirts. Delta decided to maneuver, and now they have an open field between them and the AO, but they might be able to push in and get on the outskirts of the AO, the outer perimeter. There's the 15-minute warning call, by the way, because OPFOR doesn't have any there, because, again, they're slightly stretched thin here. But we'll still have to see. Otherwise, Alpha Charlie still having this long-range fight. Crack a lightning and thunder. I love it. And we have Charlie, again, stretching thin here, going for that encompassing attack and pushing up. A lot of smokes deployed. And we have Herb right here in a bunker, but he's too busy getting distracted by Alpha here. So some of that distraction is working. It's allowing BLUFOR to get in close. They might be able to get a shot on Herb right here. Definitely heard that launcher sound, but it knocked out Stodinger. Now the Humvee is blindly suppressing the BLUFOR as well.
Here's just pushing down that MSR with his 117. Severe still in.
Ooh, Herb getting picked off by the Alpha group.
I love what Severe's doing. He's just kind of playing possum. I don't think anyone in that is down at the moment. Yeah, Severe and Fun Guy both fine. Rhino's coming up to investigate, though.
No, Vagrant got fixed.
Oh, until he's back in the turret. Goes for the 117, but goes for the PKT instead of the KPVT 14.5 millimeter. Rhino is actually a combat engineer.
He's putting a satchel.
Charge. I want to see him arm this shit.
That 117, the crew's dead because the dish cord fired into it, actually.
Shoeless, yeah, Shoeless gets him with that cord.
Nice. Fun Guy bailing out.
Fun Guy hops out. I really do hope Rhino set it on a charge, or sorry,
on
a timer, not the clacker, because he absolutely did set that charge.
I mean, he's gonna still get it though. Oh, Severe surviving, bails out. Fun Guy was outside. He took the full brunt of that. It actually made the BRDM flip.
Powerful. It flipped over to its right too when the charge was on its right. I don't know.
Rocked it. T4 Herb wakes back up. He's folding in, but we got BLUFOR intermingled in here. BLUFOR dropping a small group inside, immediately shooting out some of the OPFOR defenders here. They're checking the warehouses first. We have got Malkovic dropping the 2 BLUFOR guys there. Gunner waking back up on the Humvee.
Wake the fuck up, Samurai.
Oh, and he gets double tapped by Malk as well. But BLUFOR, I mean, the line for OPFOR is broken. They are within striking distance of the cache. As I say that, Montgomery sniping Clown from my favorite spot in the warehouse building.
Yeah, and this whole group over here near Montgomery's position.
T4 Herb pulling up right behind, not realizing these are enemies. Wait a second. Hello. How are you doing? What's wrong, guys? Hey, hold on. Yeah, wait, this is awkward. Yeah, no, we're okay, guys. Yeah, we're all on the same team. Let's go. Let's get this bread, yeah. So how's your day? Yeah, just, everything's okay. Totally natural here. Is this part of the script? All right, well, I'm gonna start by dropping elk here. And I completely missed. And... can't. I can't. I can't take this seriously. How do you miss a headshot point blank? What just happened?
I don't know. I didn't see it because he didn't tell me where it was. But I did see Montgomery's mowing down a bunch of dudes on the southern side of the objective. And yeah, you're saying that the line's broken, and you're not exactly wrong, but they're still holding a very...
OPFOR has a... They got a new pincer here. They're closing it. Severe, meanwhile, getting his crew in the stolen 1117. We still have Vagrant and Snow. Vagrant is no longer a Velociraptor, but they need to sprint back in the AO so they can be useful here. Snow, does he have AT? No, he does not, so he can't do anything on that 1117. But again, OPFOR stolen a BLUFOR vehicle. This happened in the previous time this was run, and now they might use that to try to confuse the enemy. So Vaunt getting GL to the face. BLUFOR kind of stuck on this advance here, but we have other groups closing in. Rhino running up to Choop and shooting him in the back of the head. Nice. Gosh, what a great Hillary Clinton there.
Okay, now you're just trying to steal my shit.
We still got Malovich looking around. That BLUFOR attack has kind of died down as well. It's down to 2 people. Fist is unconscious in the open. Anderson trying to reach out, pick off Flood, but Flood manages to pick off Anderson. Could still wake back up. Martin trying to get a return fire kill. Martin, again, the one of the head honchos behind FNF. He manages the servers. We got Firefighter here with his gun out. I think he dropped Hudson. Nielsen gets killed, instead decides to demo a charge and knocks out Sholand in the building next to him. Firefighter might do a double tap, but that was a little selfish of Nielsen there. And now you got Elect breaching into the building with the cash.
So Firefighter passed over Sholin's body.
And there goes Montgomery.
Sholin woke back up.
Nice. Sholin got the tap. Grenades getting thrown, and now you're going to start seeing a mag dump of the cash by Elect. Killinger running up. Grenade knocked Clown out. Killinger, you need to make a move like right fucking now. What are you waiting on? What? What?
They're just mag dumping it. They'll get there eventually.
Killinger was gonna get behind them and shoot them in the head from the... I don't get it.
You're on the cash. Just throw frags on the other side of it and from outside or something, because mag dumping only goes so far.
If you want to see combined arms, Thursday at 3:30 when we have OFCRA, they did a mechanized fight yesterday. It was great. That's where you go for combined arms stuff.
You need to counterattack against them. Killinger's the closest person. There it is. BLUFOR wins because they magged them the cash just enough.
Killinger could have went in and killed them, but he decided not to. I don't know why.
He didn't. He decided to not live up to his name and then gets hit by a rocket.
Yeah, I saw that too. I don't get it. Oh, BRB. Alright, that's... what the fuck was that? But 556 down is different from 545, so I don't know why he mispid'd that. I don't know, but yeah, there were some mispid issues in that entire op, but who the heck knows at that point? Anyway, guys, my name's Liru. This has been FNF. We will be back next week for another 6 rounds of PvP, 3 from the EU branch, 3 from the NA branch. I'm going to quickly look on Twitch and see if there's anyone good to raid.